And the cat here saying I apologize for this video before it even begins because the sound is fine, but like I'm talking very low. I was outside and one of my neighbors was upstairs and I didn't really want to bother them because they were on their balcony. So anyways, maybe put your volume up a little bit if it's too much. I hope it's not too bad. Okay, on with the video. Hola, gente, I am back. Actually, still the same day. I told you in my last video I'd probably be doing a couple of videos in the time so I can get things out consistently. So this is my second video today. You can tell, can't you? I'll probably do one more after this, so don't come at me for having the same clothes. I know you won't. You guys wouldn't do that. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Kat and Too Many Books. Thank you for being here. Subscribe if you haven't. I love having you. So now let me get into it. As you can tell from the title, it's I Like Big Books, right? So I got this idea from Lisa over at the Unhinged Women's Book Club. If you are not following Lisa, please go follow her. She's fantastic. I love her, all her content. She's really funny. She's like so interesting. I really enjoy the stuff that she reads. We don't necessarily read all the same kind of things, but I really am fascinated by what she's reading. And she's getting me into trying to read some nonfiction this year, which I thank her for. So yeah, scoot on over, subscribe to her if you want, because she's great. So as I was saying, she did a video a couple of days ago about like the big books that she wants to read, and so I thought that's a great idea. Her idea of big books and mine are very different. All her books were like thousands of pages. I don't quite have thousands of pages because that's a lot. I do have one that's 1,000 pages, but we'll get into that when we get there. So the rest of mine are, I consider anything over 500 pages a big book, and all of these are all pretty much over 500 pages. So let me just get right into these books. I'm not going to be reading these all probably this year, but it is one of those like these I would like to read in the near future, so maybe the next year or so. So let me start with the one that's the shortest, and I will be reading this year because it's also a part of my trying to read my book of the month books that I got. And this is a book that I've been meaning to read because it was so huge last year. Was it last year, even the year before? But anyway, that's Babel by R.F. Kuang, or is it Babel? I think it's Babel. An Arcane History, which if you haven't heard of it, it has the best title ever, Babel, or The Necessity of Violence, an Arcane History of the Oxford Translators Revolution. So it is about a character named Robin who has a very... I just realized the sound on this is going to be terrible because of the outdoor sound, so I apologize. But I still think I want to do it outside because that's the trend. Lisa started it outside. We should all do the big books outside. Anyway, I was saying R.F. Kuang, about Robin, right, who is an orphan, and he's brought into, I think he goes to Oxford, and it's about like translation, so it's about language, the book, and I think there's a lot more to it. Obviously I don't know as much as I should know about this. I'm not really going to go into them, but this book is 500 and let's see, I'll get right to it. I should have looked these up, but I'm looking 544 pages. So this is the first one in my big book stack. The next one I'm going to have is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I have had this on my TBR for, I don't even know, 5, 6, 7 years. I can't even remember how long ago I bought this, so I really need to really get into this. This one is 556 pages, and then because this is the story, it's like a syndicate of like humans with like extraordinary abilities. It's like a post-apocalyptic world, and they have emerged from the ruins of this world, and they like are all about justice. And so the renegades are the people that the main character Nova is against, and I think she's trying to get vengeance on them for something they did to her. So, and I think she meets a renegade boy. So from the cover, I do think it's like an enemies, maybe it's an enemies to lovers. It is a really fantastic cover. I really do love this cover. So I should probably try to get to this one this year. I have had it so long, so we'll see if that happens. This is another one that I will be getting to this year because, like Babel, this is on my 24 books to read in 2024. Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez, which is a translated novel, and it is like it's a horror novel, and this cover is like fantastic. It's probably one of my favorite horror covers I've ever seen. It's so exactly what I feel a horror cover should look like. It's great. It's very affecting. This one is, oh Sarah, there's a plane, hold on. There was a plane passing by, and also my upstairs neighbor is upstairs, and I'm trying not to be so like disturbing somebody who's trying to be out in that balcony, so I'm gonna try to get through it as quickly as I can. This is 600 and is it 600 pages? Maybe it's 588 pages. So 580 pages. I mean, it's a pretty big book. These are big books. And it is the story of a man and his son who are grieving the death of his wife and mother, right? Who have to go back to, I think, her family. And things are weird. Like, it's all very horror coded stuff happening. I don't know more than that. I do know it has to do with maybe demons. I don't know if there's a demon that like is following the family or something, but I'm excited to read it. So that one I will definitely read this year. The next one I have, and I do also need to read this one this year because it is the final in a trilogy, and I have been putting off reading it because I loved the first one and then I really loved the second one, so I'm not so sure how I feel about the third one. But that is Obsidio, the third and final in the Illuminati Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and this sucker is 615 pages long. I do love it because this one is easy to read because, you know, it's all like redacted documents and messages, like messages from messengers, and just like documents of like interviews, and it's not that hard to read. I think it's really quite easy to read. It won't be that hard to read, but it is still pretty big, 615. And if you don't know what this is about, it's a young adult sci-fi novel, and then the first one, the two main characters were attacked in their home world, and they had to get on like a ship, and on the ship there was, I think the first one had to do with like a virus that went through the crew and the people of the ship and turned them into basically like zombies. And the second one is two other characters who I loved even more, who were on a different ship, who are headed towards like basically meeting up with the first people from the first ship, and they were my favorites. And in that one, I think they had to deal with these disgusting worms like parasites. Ugh, it was like really, really gross, but I really loved it. I have no idea what they have to deal with in this one, like what the horror part of this one is. Plus they're dealing with like the terrible like company that they like that is in charge of everything, and then the two couples are trying to like get together to like save everybody. And then there's like a third two more new characters. It's just a lot. Anyway, this is me going off. Anyway, yes, I'm gonna read Obsidio this year, so it'll be one of my big books. Okay, the next one that I have, and it is the second in a series, so I really need to read this because I really want to get to the third one, and I loved the first one. So this is the sequel to The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. So it is European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman. So sorry, I had to keep pausing because noises and my dog keeps barking. European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman by Theodosia Goss. I really, really love The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, and they think this continues the story with the girls, and a whole new mystery that they have to solve. So I'm looking forward to it. It is 708 pages long. Wait, is that right? Well, 706. But one of those pages is not an acknowledgement page, but this big book. So yes, will I read this year? I don't know. But I'll read it eventually. All right, the next, I only have 3 more to go, so this is gonna be pretty quick. The next book I have is actually the second and third in another series, which is the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. So it is book 2, The Well of Ascension, and book 3, The Hero of Ages. I believe they're both over 700 pages. So yeah, book 1 is, hold on a second. Book 2 is 763 pages, The Well of Section, and I think book 3, oh, sorry. Let me try that again. Book 2, The Well of Ascension, is 700 and I think I said 63 pages. And then book 3 is like 788 pages. I'm gonna double check that. I could be wrong. No, I am wrong. Sorry, it's less. So it is 748 pages. So this is 748. This is 763. So yeah, there's pretty big books. I loved the First Empire. I mean, I genuinely loved the First Empire. It really got me back into wanting to read fantasy. I hadn't been reading fantasy for a long time, and I read the Final Empire a couple of years ago, and I loved it. I haven't picked these up because I wanted to actually get these covers because I love these covers. They're beautiful. And I just got this this past year, and I'm going to actually make it my goal to actually finish this series this summer, because I would like to pick up The Way of the Kings. I think one of the next series that he has. I would like to continue reading from the universe. So yeah, these two suckers. And then finally, the last book that I want to read, and this is actually a reread, but I thought I would reread it because it's been so long since I read it, and I wanted to go back and maybe even annotate it now that I'm older, because I read this when I was, God, maybe 13 or 14 years old. It's been a really long time. But that is The Stand by Stephen King. It is 1,152 pages. Nope, 1,142 pages long. Yeah. So I was thinking of actually going through and maybe annotating this. Oh my God. Wow. I bought this at a library sale. And do you want to know when I bought this at a library sale? 2014. So yeah, I've had this in my for a while, as you can tell. I bought it 10 years ago. Oh my God, I need to read this. That's sad. That's sad. Okay, anyways. So yes, okay, those are the books, my big books. Those are the biggest books I have on my TBR. I think at least ones that I want to read that are fiction. I don't have a lot of nonfiction, but the nonfiction I have a lot of biographies and things like that, and they're not all as big as this. So yes, thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day and the rest of your week is amazing, and I will hopefully see you soon. Please subscribe wherever that is, and I will talk to you for my next video, which I'll probably be wearing the same things because I'm going to try to do another video so that I can keep some consistency. All right, don't judge me. All right, bye.
Editing cat again. I realized when I was editing this actually that a while back when I did my newbie tag, I meant to put in here my a tour of my bookshelves, and I never did that. So I'm just gonna stick it to at the end of this, and yeah, that's what's coming next. All right, bye.
Okay, so we're gonna start looking at what my book collections are right here. These are my classic sections. This is some of the more the young adult that I have read and do read. A lot of it is fantasy, mysteries, things like that. Some historical novels, some classic young adults. We're gonna stop right here because there's a collection right there that I no longer particularly care to give any notice to. So this is some, you can imagine what's there. We're gonna go down for a second because we are not giving that particular series any time. Right here, this one, The Final Emperor, is one of the newer ones that I'm reading. I really enjoy that. So yeah, these are some stuff that I have read. I don't have anything particularly set in categories. I just sort of put them on my shelves. This is my red shelf. And right here is my graphic novels that I read and I am reading. Down here is I think it's the 24 books I want to read in 2024. So you can see them. I have them all in one place. So I'm hoping to get to most of these at some point this year. And then we're going to move along over here. That's my Pablo Picasso that I love. She's beautiful. And then here we have some stuff like There's some things like the dictionary and things like that, of course, up there. There's some Bibles up there because I'm always fascinated by those stories. And there's like the Spanish Bible as well. There's a big difference between the English version and the Spanish version of the Bible, but that's like an insane thing. Anyway, and these are books that I have read. These are all mostly just like literary fiction, I think. But no, you see some murder mystery here. So yeah, I'm not sure what the big difference is between the two that I think that one was more my young adult shelf, maybe. But yeah, these are all books that I have already read. And I'm just going to put them down this way. Hello, hello, hello. I think when you get about here, these are sort of a mix of things I've read and not read. And yeah, that's another one. Okay, let's see. So that's another bookcase. This is another one. These are all to be read. To be fair. That was my grandma that just passed by. And those are all my book of the month club picks that I have not yet read, and I'm actually going to do something this year with that. And then if we go on this one over here where my games are, hello, all my board games. If you go to down here, these are all like, oh my gosh, like books I read when I was really young and I kept. And some actually, I've got some older stuff in here that I've not ever read. So yeah, I kind of need to get into that and see. But yeah, is that trade paperbacks? Yeah, these are all like trade paperbacks and things. And that's also a mix of things I have read and not read. So we headed into my room. Let me try not to show my messy room. And these are all books I have not read, friends. So all the books in here, and you're going to see how many there are. And I have so many. And sorry, everything's kind of dusty and gross, but that's okay. I have not read any of these. Here's my TBR cart with the ideas of things I would like to read in the next few months. I have not read any of these, and I apologize for just the messy mess. These are my library books. Like, I put my library books here that I've taken out from the library. And let's see. These are all other books. I got some on my table. I am currently reading this one, and I am in love with it. Everyone that said this is great is right, and I don't even particularly like fae stories, but that was a good one. You can see one of my babies. Hi, Sawyer. You want to say hi? Okay. He's like, no, not really. Bonnie came out to say hi. You want to say hi, Bon Bon? Okay. And then, here's my spot that I was talking about earlier where I said, that I like to read. So this is my little spot in my room right here. It's like right by the window. I have my little blanket that I love. So this is where I actually tend to read. I have my little like reading like sort of lamp right there as well. So yeah, that's a main place I like to read. And then we're going to run over here real quick. And this is the last one of the, have not read, I want to read books. So yeah, I have a couple of probably 100 books I want to read. You see, everything is very messy. Yeah, my friend got me this Ancestry DNA for Christmas, I think last year, and I still haven't gotten to it. So yeah, everything's real dusty. I apologize for that. Those are the books that, my book collection. So yeah. All right. Bye.